If you fish, hunt, do anything outdoors in North Carolina Senate Bill 220 should deeply, deeply disturb you. So, what is happening here? North Carolina Senate Bill 220 is going to make it a misdemeanor to launch a kayak or any kind of motorized or unmotorized watercraft from a right-of-way area. So what this means is that you're not going to be able to launch a kayak or a john boat or any kind of watercraft whatsoever from off the side of the highway. And I know many people in my area, this is 80% of their access of what is already a relatively limited access resource as it is. All right, so just so we're perfectly clear here, it's very common for a city, county, municipality, whatever, to prevent people from launching or even fishing off a bridge in an area where it has become a problem. So obviously, those of you who are, level-headed people are going to look at this and they're going to say, well, it's becoming a problem somewhere. They're having some kind of an overload. And I'm sure they absolutely are in some places, but it is also very easy to deal with one thing at a time. So then why would we see it being engaged with at such a high level? So let's reach out to the senators who sponsored this and see if they will give us a moment of their time and let us know why they did this.
You have reached Senator Bill Rabin's office.
Rabin.
Please leave a message. Your call is very important to us. Thank you.
May not be answering unless we're calling from their area code. I got something I can do about that.
The office of Senator McGinnis and his assistant, Lynn Taylor. Record your message at the tone.
Now, y'all don't forget that these guys have full-time jobs, right? So they don't get paid too much working for North Carolina, which is great. I love it. But they also got to work, so they don't have all the time in the world.
Senator Danny Britt, Legislative Assistant Camille McDougald.
Record your message at the tone.
Good morning. My name is Steve Brewster. Good morning. My name is Steve Brewster. Senate Bill 220. I was hoping to get some clarification on Senate Bill 220, exactly what it's intended to address, exactly what it's intended that makes you guys think we need it. If you give me a call back at 910-581-4415, I'll be really brief here, but I have some major concerns with what Senate Bill 220 is going to do. Thank you so much. You know what we're going to call backcountry hunters and anglers, CCA, the Wildlife Federation. None of them tend to be big supporters of things that deny people the right to access the public trust. And make no mistake, this is exactly what this will do. In fact, it will target the poorest people who already have the least access to those resources that are out there. Hi, this is Steve Brewster. I was trying to get a message to Mr.
Boat, kayak, or anything, right?
That's certainly how it reads, and that maybe that language slipped in there. So it was intended originally to protect, landowners from people. It was dog hunting stuff. This is kind of an old fight.
Right.
And somehow that language got shifted to somehow mean restricting access to all of the poorest people. I mean, I probably would have almost never caught a speckled trout in my life. I don't think I would have ever started fishing if it hadn't been for having kayak access to it.
Right.
So yeah, this would devastate the coast.
One of them and just push it right on in there, and the kayak. Well, I'll look into it, Steve. I hadn't read it yet. I haven't seen the bill. I don't know who did the bill, who sponsored it. But I'll look at see what we can find out. And that's Senate Bill what?
It's 220.
I'll see what I can find out, and I'll get back with you.
All right. Thank you so much, Representative. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Out of here. All right. I think you all kind of get the idea. You really need to be pounding the pavement. I'm going to put some numbers on here for you. And for anybody who doesn't know how to look up where you're at, it's NC Find Your Legislators. You can type that into Google and you just type in your address and it's going to give you your legislators. Now, the only ones that you want to focus on specifically are the North Carolina Senate and the North Carolina House. Okay, this has nothing to do with federal. This is simply a state issue. Folks, more flies with honey. Okay, be polite. You don't want to call cussing or screaming at somebody. There's a very high probability that your representative has absolutely no idea what this Senate bill is, and pushing them the wrong way is not going to help our cause. Okay, you heard what I told Representative Phil Shepard there. You know what? And getting the call back, that means the world to me. I had previously intended on running against Phil Shepard in 2026, and I believe I have just changed my mind today. I believe that I can get through to this man as long as he will talk to me. I know he's very old school, but I'm still yet to speak to my Senate representative, and that's pretty doggone disturbing in my area here. So I believe I may just be trying to run for North Carolina Senate to fix some of these issues that we have across our fisheries, and really not to tread anywhere else. But when somebody doesn't even call you back, you really have to wonder how much that individual's doing his job. I've spoken to his assistant many, many times, but I've never been able to get through. Anyways, you guys get the idea. I'm going to put a bunch of numbers on here. Absolutely blow up the ones who have sponsored it. Please be polite, but tell them, this is going to impact all of the poorest people's right to access a public resource, to something that belongs to them, that belongs to everybody. And whether or not you feel like this impacts you personally, any loss of access of the public to the public trust is a loss for every single person in North Carolina. This sets a precedent for taking this kind of thing away. And just because you boat does not mean that it will not eventually come around to you. If they decide to get rid of boat accesses somewhere or further restrict that in some way in the future, then this is definitely paving the way there, okay? And with our big fight in fisheries issues, we need every single person that we can have involved to be involved. So the kayak fishermen are a big part of that. We need every single voice that we can have. So please support us, support your fellow fishermen. I know a lot of the boat guys don't like the kayakers, but please, it would mean a lot. Reach out to your Senate representative, reach out to your House representative, and reach out to those three. All the phone numbers are going to be in the description. Just give them a quick call. Hey, we're really concerned about this. This is really going to devastate the coast. It's going to have a huge impact on the economy because a lot of people are already devastated enough, or already upset enough about the situation with fisheries. And I do genuinely believe that if you take away their ability to access what little bit they already have left, that it may just end a huge sector of fishing in North Carolina completely. Thank you all so much for watching, and let's stay after it. Let's get this changed, guys. All right, so the first three here are the sponsors of the Senate bill. These are the most important guys, these three that you call to let them know, hey guys, this is a massive problem for the coast and for lots and lots of places inland. We really don't have that much access. We are the least entitled group to access the public resource here, and we would really appreciate the wording being changed on this not to screw us over. Next, you go to NC Find Your Legislators, and you can legitimately just type in your address. You go down right here, type in your address, it'll pop up, and then once you click on your address, it's going to give you your representatives. Now, what you want to pay attention to here is just call NC House and NC Senate. Anything else does not matter in this case. So just call those guys, let them know, hey, this is really messed up. We really, really need your help. Please be polite, and let's get this thing changed, guys.